Welcome, everyone. Today, we're unpacking something absolutely extraordinary. We're looking at an architectural marvel, literally wrapped in ice, that actually holds the key to humanity's future. It's this high-stakes story of human survival, geopolitics, and global cooperation, and the whole shebang is tucked away in one of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. We're going to explore exactly how a single remote structure acts as the ultimate failsafe for the biodiversity of our entire planet.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Chapter 1, Inside the Frozen Mountain.
So what exactly is hidden inside Norway's frozen mountains? I mean, think about the sheer logistical nightmare of boring a massive facility deep into Arctic permafrost. To justify that kind of extreme engineering, the massive expense, and just the absolute isolation of it all, you aren't just hiding something valuable in a traditional sense. You're protecting something utterly irreplaceable to the ongoing survival of our species.
Deep inside a frozen mountain. Just let the weight of that sink in for a second. The location they chose for this structure isn't just about secrecy. Actually, it's a brilliant feat of natural engineering. Specifically, it's located on the remote island of Spitsbergen in the Svalbard archipelago, way above the Arctic Circle. The surrounding permafrost and thick sandstone rock act as a total masterclass in fail-safe architecture. The area is geologically incredibly stable, which means earthquakes are highly unlikely to compromise the structure. Plus, even if all the mechanical cooling and power systems to this facility were to catastrophically fail, like a complete permanent blackout, the surrounding ice and ancient rock would passively keep the internal temperature below freezing for decades. It is the perfect undisturbed sanctuary, basically relying on the Earth itself to maintain a permanent state of suspended animation.
The answer to our mystery? The Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Plunging over 100 meters into solid sandstone, this vault isn't guarding gold or currency or state secrets. It is guarding life itself. It acts as humanity's master backup of biodiversity. By leveraging those natural sub-zero temperatures of the mountain we just talked about, it keeps global seed samples perfectly preserved. When you walk down that long, illuminated tunnel leading into the mountain's core, you're essentially walking into a meticulously organized time capsule. The vault is designed to withstand the test of time, projected sea level rises, and global catastrophes, ensuring that the genetic foundation of our food web remains entirely intact no matter what happens on the surface.
Moving on to part 2, 1 million seed samples, a truly monumental effort. Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer volume. Over 1 million distinct seed samples. Think about the logistical triumph of that number for a moment. We're talking about tens of thousands of varieties of essential crops like rice, wheat, maize, and barley alone. This represents over 1 million individual packets of potential life, safely sealed in custom 3-ply foil packages, vacuum packed to keep all the moisture out, and just resting quietly in the dark at minus 18 degrees Celsius. It's a massive, tangible catalog of human agriculture. Literally every single one of those packets represents centuries, sometimes millennia, of agricultural history, trial and error, and selective breeding by farmers from every single continent.
And hey, these aren't just local Arctic plants. The vault stores seed samples gathered from every conceivable corner of the globe. But what's truly fascinating here is the geopolitics, or actually the complete suspension of them. You see, the vault operates on what's known as a black box system. The depositor retains sole ownership and access rights over their seeds. Norway simply provides the secure physical space. So what does that mean? It means inside this freezing mountain, you will find seeds from nations actively in conflict with one another, sitting peacefully side by side on a shelf. North Korean seeds sit right near South Korean ones. It is a rare, perfectly unified global endeavor where the shared survival of humanity overrides all political borders, sanctions, and disputes.
Which brings us to our final chapter, Section 3. Surviving a global disaster, the ultimate purpose.
And this brilliantly illustrates the stark contrast and the stakes we're talking about. On one side, we face the unthinkable, a regional or global disaster destroying a vital segment of our food supply. And look, it's not just science fiction or some abstract doomsday scenario. Back in 2015, the Syrian civil war caused severe damage to a major, highly critical seed bank operated by Icardi in Aleppo. Because of that localized, devastating disaster, researchers had to make the first ever withdrawal from the Svalbard vault. The seeds that had been safely backed up in the Arctic were sent back out into the world. Those seeds helped humanity start over, allowing scientists to regenerate the lost crops in new facilities in Lebanon and Morocco. The vault is the ultimate bridge spanning the terrifying gap between total destruction and a brand new beginning. It's a living testament to the fact that we can plan for the worst and actually succeed in mitigating it.
So the crucial point is that this building is actually humanity's ultimate biological backup plan. Think of it like a massive external hard drive. Just like you back up your most important files in case your laptop crashes, we're backing up the Earth's agricultural legacy. And this matters to you specifically because as climate change accelerates and new crop diseases constantly emerge, our modern, highly engineered crops are actually incredibly vulnerable. A single fast-spreading pathogen could wipe out entire monocultural harvests that we rely on every single day. This genetic safety net, waiting patiently in the ice, holds the ancient wild traits we might desperately need to engineer tomorrow's resilient food supply. The resilience of your future diet is literally locked inside this mountain.
Which leaves us with a pretty profound thought to ponder today. If a massive, unprecedented disaster struck tomorrow, which seeds would we truly need to pull from the ice to start over? Out of those million-plus samples, what are the absolute essentials for human survival? Do we prioritize raw calories, complex nutrition, or resilience to harsh new climates? It really puts the extreme fragility of our global food supply into sharp perspective, while highlighting the incredible foresight of the people who built this frozen fortress. Thanks so much for joining me to unpack all of this today. Keep asking those big questions, and I'll catch you next time.